And go.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so in this interview, we would like to observe your spoken dialect. We're going to ask you a large number of questions. Some answers are going to be used on the video and others will not, but everyone's going to be asked the same questions. So just try to answer as quickly as you're comfortably able and be sure to provide the first answer that comes to your mind. And there are no wrong answers.
Cool.
And if you can't, try to look at the camera. Yeah, that one. Okay, so a person's dialect is comprised of the words they use, how they pronounce them, and the grammatical structures they use in their spoken language. So all dialects are equal, ever-changing, and driven by rules. And they say that you are what you speak. Okay, so the first level that we look at are your lexical differences, and that's in the words that you choose. Has anyone ever teased you for a word that you used? And not how you pronounced it, but the actual word.
All the time. I have family from Maryland, actually, and when I'm getting ready or preparing to do something, the expression I use a lot is I'm fixing to do this or I'm fixing to do that, and they like to poke fun at me for that.
Okay, but do you still use it?
Oh, I use it all the time. Yeah,
Okay.
It's a very, very southern thing. I don't know, and it just doesn't go that far north, I guess.
Do you have northern friends that like really pick on you hard for it, or like your family might not notice, but
I don't know. It hasn't really come up much since I've been here.
Alright. How would you address a group of 2 or more people?
Them?
Mm,
Like directly to them?
Yeah, like
Oh, y'all.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, what word would you use if you wanted to keep yourself from swearing?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure I understand the question.
Yeah, I'm not good at that either. You might have a southern person say fiddlesticks or something.
Oh, shoot or dang.
Okay. Alright, what are some words or phrases you use to describe someone who's very drunk?
I don't know. I just say he's really drunk.
No?
I don't have a whole lot of slang for that one.
Okay. Words or phrases for the word barf or vomit? I just said one, but...
Thrown up. I don't know
Okay.
if that qualifies as slang or not, but...
Okay. Alright, the following pages are going to have questions and photos accompanying them, so just answer instinctively and give the first thing that comes to your mind. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, let's
Okay.
do this.
Alright, do you want me to read the question or just look at the picture?
Sneakers.
Okay.
Malt. Chalkboard. Lightning bug. Soda. Sandwich.
What kind of sandwich?
Oh, like a sub sandwich.
Okay.
A buggy.
And then for the colorful toppings on ice cream or cake?
Those are sprinkles. And that is a beanie. A bucket.
Okay. Alright, the next level that we look at are phonological differences, and a lot of that is where your accent manifests itself. Has anyone ever teased you for the way that you pronounce something? And if so, what was it?
Like I was saying, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to say washing machine with an R instead of washing machine. I don't know where that comes from. I think I'm assuming it's a southern thing. I'm not really sure.
It's in lots of places.
Yeah, I'm from Georgia and I have family from Tennessee. My mother was raised in Tennessee.
Mm.
So I think that might have something to do with it. But yeah, I used to get kind of picked on
Yeah.
by family from up north and things like that because there's no R in the word.
Yeah.
I ended up getting rid of the accent when I was in high school though.
Intrusive letters, like they show up a lot in southern accents, but it's really more widespread than a lot of people would assume. So lots of warsh like all across the country. So, alright, the following pages are going to have some familiar songs and rhymes on them. Try not to get into sing-songs, so just read them in your normal tone of voice. And like one of them on there is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Like you're not reading the Gettysburg Address, so if you have it memorized, try to just, get it in the normal pace.
Gotcha.
Like a lot of people go into this oratory style and they're just really intense. So, okay.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you.
Thank you.
Oh. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after.
Can you do the first 2 lines again?
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water.
Okay. Alright, the following slides are going to have 1 or more words on them to be read in rapid succession.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, just say it quickly, don't think about the pronunciation, don't, an example I give, like one of them is I think soda, and I had a friend who said soda. Oh, but I'd say sody, and she was just like really hard trying to cover it up. So, anyway, natural tone of voice, and let me know when you're ready.
Let's go.
Okay.
Ant, caramel, coffee, coupon, crayon, huge, pecan, root, syrup, time, water, athlete, nuclear, realtor, caught and caught, Mary, Mary, Mary and Murray, pin, pen, and pan.
Alright, and then the last level that we look at are syntactic differences, and that by and large has to do with your grammar or word choice. Can you tell us a little bit about where you grew up, including the places that you lived, and are your parents from that same area?
I was actually born in Tacoma Park, Maryland. It's just north of DC.
Mm-hmm.
Both my parents are from Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
but my family traditionally is from Georgia.
Okay.
My mother was raised in Tennessee, and then she moved back when she was an adult. And then I was born there, and we ended up moving to Georgia when my father was laid off.
Gotcha.
So I was raised, we moved when I was about 4, so I had already learned to speak, but I was raised in, the deep south, so to speak.
Did you have a lot of family around there?
Yeah, that a lot of family, actually. That's where we're traditionally from.
Do you feel like living in Maryland influenced your accent at all, or?
A little bit. I've often been told that I sound, like when I'm in Georgia, people tell me I sound like I'm from up north.
Yeah.
But then when I'm up north visiting family in Maryland, they tell me like I sound like I'm down south.
Do you still have a lot of family up in Maryland?
So yeah, quite a bit actually.
Are there any structures that they use in the way that they speak that sounds, kind of foreign to your ear?
None that come to mind, other than some slang and stuff like that. But
Okay. Any examples or not off the top of your head?
I had a cousin of mine who used to use the word beast a lot when something was really cool. He was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, it was really beast, and I was like, oh, okay. It took me a minute to catch on what he was talking about, and then I don't know. I kind of noticed it around Georgia. Yeah, it started spreading, so to speak. I don't know where it came from, but
I think I remember that one too.
yeah. Same.
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, yeah, to stop it, then redo it.
Okay. And action?
Excellent.
All right. What's your favorite hobby or any other activities you enjoy in your free time, and why?
I don't know. I'm kind of addicted to Netflix right now.
Okay.
I'm too cheap to pay for cable.
That's fine.
And movies have always been kind of an obsession of mine. So like when I get bored, I go trolling the $5 DVD bin at Walmart, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
When I try to get out, like I said, when I'm not watching films and doing homework, I like playing soccer
Mm-hmm.
when I can. Not that competitive at the anymore because my knee is completely shot. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any activities that you're really passionate about at all?
I really like hiking, like backpacking.
Uh-huh.
I really, really like backpacking. I'm going back in December, actually. I'm going to do some backpacking in Mexico with the girlfriend.
Tell me about it.
We're going to Etzna in central, not central, it's southern Mexico. It's some of the Mayan ruins and things like that. We're going to visit Campeche. So we're busing in overnight. It's like an 11-hour bus ride, I think.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, so we're not roughing it. We've got a hotel in Campeche, but we're gonna go check out some of the Mayan ruins and stuff in the jungle, so to speak.
Is there a typical backpacking experience at all? Like stuff you can expect or?
I don't know. Like this one, I think is going to be a bit more. This one's gonna be a bit easier, I guess, because I'm staying in an actual hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to use when I'm backpacking. The first thing to go is I don't want to say hygiene, but I don't shave. Like I just don't bother bringing.
Big old mountain beard.
Yeah, I just don't bother bringing a razor and shaving cream. When I was backpacking in Michoacan when I was living in Mexico for a while.
Mm.
For spring break, Semana Santa, Holy Week, I went to Morelia, which is the capital of Michoacan State, and I moved my way down to the Pacific, staying in little hostels and like the really cheap hotels that you probably don't want to shower in.
Uh-huh. Glass
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah, there was one. It was pretty. I went to go take a shower because it was a communal shower room, and I turned around and left. I was like, no, that's okay. It was like a $5 a night hotel.
Like it's okay, I'll wait for the rain.
Yeah, no, I didn't bother.
Okay. Alright, what's your dream job? And when we say that, we mean like the really corny shoot for the stars dream job. Like, what would it be and why did you choose that?
It's a good question. I'd like to do maybe working as a program director with, well, specifically the International Rescue Committee. It's an NGO that works with refugee resettlement in the United States. I don't quite have the experience to get to program director yet, but I've been applying for what they call caseworker positions. And it's basically just the people who work one-on-one with recently arrived refugees, help them get resettled, find places to live, housing,
Is
kind of help
there
them start rebuilding, so to speak.
is there any specific event that's happened that caused you to maybe feel passionately about that? Anything?
No, like I've,
Or I guess at what point did you realize? I mean, what was going on when you realized, hey, this is what I'd like to do?
it's a really good question. I really don't know. I've often have asked myself that question quite a bit. I studied international studies and modern languages in undergrad, and I'm a grad student doing international studies now.
Okay.
I've always, something I've always wanted to do because it's, you know, it's languages, history, people, traveling. It's what why I chose
Like
it.
encompasses everything.
Yeah, that's kind of why I chose it. But as far as working with refugees, I don't know. It's a good question. I remember I was doing research as an undergrad, and I came across this group, and I was like, I really want to work with these guys, and so I kind of built everything that I was doing around working with this particular group.
Okay.
I did a service trip to Honduras towards my sophomore year. Yeah, the end of my sophomore year, and it kind of just reinforced everything because we did some work at a couple of orphanages, and we did some construction, things like that, building like permanent housing and things like
What
that.
part of Honduras are you in?
San Pedro Sula.
I had a friend that was there, I want to say for 2 years teaching.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Can you tell me about one of the happiest moments of your life? And it can be like childhood, adulthood, it doesn't matter, just sometime when you're like on top of the world and good story.
When I saw, it was like maybe third or fourth night when I went and I did my study abroad in Mexico, when I saw my girlfriend again for the first time, or we went out with her for the first time, because I met her in the United States when she was doing her study abroad. That's one of the ways I got convinced to go to Mexico specifically. Yeah, I went for a girl, I know.
That's
it's really romantic and really cheesy. But we ended up going out with a bunch of her friends one night, and I don't know, it was that one night, I always go back to that one night, I really, really enjoyed that.
Can
We
you
went out
tell
there.
us about the night?
We went out to, it was her and a couple of her friends from the university, we went up to a bar, and we ended up going and doing karaoke for the rest of the night, which I don't normally do karaoke. I don't sing at all, ever. And I didn't sing at all, ever, but it was just really nice being, like, with her again, like, you know, I mean, there's people everywhere, and people I've never met before in my life, and I'm a pretty outgoing guy, I guess, you know, I was talking to me, but it was just the idea, it was actually being able to, like, be with her and, you know, her friends and things like that, because for a while it was me and my friends and my roommates, and she, like I said, I could kind of sympathize with where she was coming from. It was just being able to see her again, that was a really big thing for me.
Okay. Alright, and was there a scariest moment of your life? A lot of people, they go for car accidents or...
No, I try to avoid car accidents.
Good plan. It's working.
Scariest moment of my life?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a good question.
Don't have one that you're afraid of, or... I mean, it's fine if you don't, I can skip this one.
Yeah, none that I'm at liberty to discuss.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, and last one, kind of silly. Have you seen The Lion King? And if you were gonna tell the story to a group of third graders without looking at any notes, how would you tell the story?
Yeah, Lion King was awesome.
Okay.
It was, it's James Earl Jones, it's Mustafa, sorry.
Yes.
Not Mustafa, Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Excuse me, that was my bad.
Highly offended here.
Yeah, it's about, he's like, you know, the king of the jungle, so to speak, and his son's, you know, supposed to be growing up and taking over, so to speak, like the heir to the throne. But there's the evil uncle who plots to have him killed, and Simba goes off into exile, but he ends up returning and, you know, defeating his uncle and saving the day, so to speak.
Yay. Okay. And did you see it as a child?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Of course.
How did Mufasa's death make you
It
feel?
was depressing.
Was it?
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
Like, that was a terrible part of the movie.
Alright.
Like, you're like 13 years old and he falls and he gets run over by a bunch of wildebeest. And I was like, wow, that's depressing.
Yeah.
And there's
Okay.
a thing when like Simba was playing, you know, with his paw trying to get him to get
yeah.
up. I was like, I didn't cry, but
No,
I almost did.
I'm a mom, and so like now when I watch that, I have the parental reaction. I'm like, even sadder.
And
So
see, it is. It's a depressing film.
yeah.
Walt
Okay.
Disney's a depressing guy. Sorry.
Alternately, also very racist. But what was your favorite scene?
I like this scene where Iago, I think is his name, is the bird. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about? The
no,
toucan?
that's the one from Aladdin. I know
That's
who you're
Iago.
talking about.
Izazu. That's his
Izazu.
name. Izazu. Right?
Iago
Is that
is
his
Aladdin.
name? Iago is the parrot from Aladdin. You're right.
Yeah.
Screwed those up. They're both Disney movies though.
Yeah.
When he's trapped in like the rib cage in the cave with Mufasa, not Mufasa, with Scar.
Scar.
Yeah, and he's trying to get him to sing, and he's singing the coconut song.
coconut
I
song.
love the coconut song.
Awesome. Do you want to sing the coconut song?
I'm not gonna sing the coconut song.
Crap.
Do I need to sing the coconut song? Is this relevant to the research?
It could be.
Well, you guys told me I couldn't sing earlier.
Well, okay, fine.
So.
No coconut song.
I'm just here trying to slip. It's a trick.
Okay.
It's a trap. So,
All right, that is all the silly questions that we have for you,
awesome.
and thank you.